Heidi ho everybody, NECD here. It is Friday, May the 20th, I believe. Let me double check that. Yes, it is. And I'm coming to you with an update and a recap of the Vegas meet and greet. It's been, I think, almost a month since I posted my last update, and I was going through some stuff then. So I'm going to quickly just give you a quick update on me personally and how I am doing. I'm doing good. Still working on some stuff. I was really feeling overwhelmed for a while because of everything that I talked about in my last video, and I'm happy to say that I've taken some time for me and I'm doing much better. And you know, we're all gonna, that's gonna happen. You go through stuff, right? And I think it's important for people to see that here online, that life doesn't just stop and get better because you've lost a bunch of weight. You're still going to have to deal with all the things that you normally deal with, just as a thinner person. So that's life. Life happens and you just deal with it the best that you can, and you make changes where you can make changes. And with the things that you can't make changes, you just say, it is what it is, and you do the best you can with it, right? But I am doing much better. I've been off for 2 weeks of vacation. I took a few days before I went to Vegas, and of course, I was in Vegas from Thursday till Tuesday, and I've been on vacation for the rest of this week until after the long weekend on Tuesday. I go back to work. So it was some much needed time just to get myself recentered and recharged, and certainly going to Vegas and meeting everybody that I did there and spending time with everybody there helped to do that. So there it is in a nutshell, and that's all I'm going to talk about as far as me personally. I'm going to talk about the Vegas meet and greet. So wow. If I had to give it a score out of on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 9.5. And the only reason I'm saying 9.5 is because there's always room for improvement. I think for a first attempt by the WLSFA, I always have to think about it when I say that, fabulous job. Although I did hear people say that it wasn't like a meet and greet because it was so big, and in a way that's true. It was more of a weight loss surgery convention, a convention of people who were at all stages. Some were there as supporters, some were there as pre-oppers, some were there as post-oppers, some were there as people who weren't planning necessarily to have surgery but wanted information, or were just trying to lose weight in some traditional ways. And you know what? It was all good. It was a conference that had, or a convention, or a meet and greet, whatever you want to call it, that had information for everybody, regardless of what stage that you were at. And I just want to start off by saying kudos to TAUNIA Take Two, Tony, hi, and Marie, hi. Marie is a professional events planner, and she volunteered her services to assist in getting things organized, worked as liaison with the Palace Station and getting all the catering and all the rooms and everything set up for the meet and greet, the presentation rooms and the big room that we had the exhibitor hall in, and our evening events in, our lunch in. And you guys just did a phenomenal job. I mean, you should be proud. Wonderful. I'm going to give you a hand because it truly was amazing how well put together everything was. Also, Tony's family was just a huge help. Jim, her husband, her daughter Chelsea, and Chelsea's partner, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name, Connor, and his friend Ted, who were the videographers for many of the things that were happening. Dominic, who was running the audio-video stuff for the presentations on Saturday, and also Bariatric TV. Tony, Linda, and Mike, they were involved in taping a lot of the events and stuff that I'm sure will be shown on the Bariatric TV channel, along with the flob, flash mob dance, so on Sunday morning. So, you know, amazing. Also the sponsors, you know, there were a whole bunch of exhibitors that had booths there, and people like Allegra, I always say their name wrong, I think, Celebrate Vitamins, Bariatric Advantage, who else had booths there? Like, there were a bunch, the Click, the Lap Band folks, the Slim Impression Garments people, there was some Go Protein, little packets, kind of like the same idea as Crystal Light, but, and I'm sorry, I know I'm not mentioning a bunch of people, but, you know, I heard some comments about, you know, and I can't remember who it was about or who talked about it, you know, but, you know, well, of course the sponsors were there because they were going to make money off of it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course they were, you know, absolutely, people who had their exhibit tables there were not there for, you know, completely altruistic reasons, and I think that they were there partially for that, but let's face it, guys, these guys are commercial companies. They're there to make, they're out there, their whole reason for being on this earth is to make money. So absolutely, them being there with their booths was to promote their products and to try and get those of us who were interested in buying it. For me personally, I think that was a blessing, because here in Canada, we don't have the variety of protein drinks or other products that are specific to weight loss surgery patients and their, you know, their needs. And so it was an opportunity for me to get information about what's available out there, and also to talk to them a little bit about how I personally could get their products here in Canada. And like, some of them aren't available in Canada, which means if it's a product that I want to get, I need to, you know, be resourceful and turn to some of my newfound friends in the U.S. To, you know, help me with getting some of those products. But I think an invaluable part of this kind of a get-together is being able to get information about different products that are out there, and maybe finding something that works for you in some area, be it a vitamin or a supplement of some sort that you couldn't find otherwise. And the free samples that they hand out are invaluable as well. It allows you to test things out without having to spend the money to see if it's something that you will tolerate or like. So, you know, thank you to everybody who had sponsored the event. I mean, we had some of the big sponsors, and again, you know, yes, did they benefit from that sponsorship? Absolutely. But without that sponsorship, we could not have had this conference on the scale that we did, because they picked up a large part of the tab for the cost of the conferencing rooms, etc. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The Palace Station as well. I know that some people had some not so great experiences with their rooms if they weren't actually in the tower rooms. I had a room booked in the tower room. I had booked them like as soon as the blocks were announced as available on the location. So I was lucky. If I hadn't have done that, I probably would have done the same as them and not checked out the reviews on TripAdvisor, etc. for the rooms that weren't in the tower, and I understand that those were not great. Aside from that, the actual events, you know, the meals, the rooms, I think that the Palace Station did a phenomenal job in meeting our needs in that regard, and from what I understand, we changed it up a few times because the attendance was so much larger than we anticipated. So yeah, like amazing. And most of all, the attendees, it's the people who came, who registered, and participated in the event, who truly made it an unforgettable experience for all of us who were there. So the attendees, you know, I had gone expecting to see a number of people that I, you know, knew from online, that I private messaged with, that I had sort of developed a closer relationship to on either, mostly YouTube, but a little bit on Facebook as well. But I also met some amazing new people that I hadn't been aware of that were online. And I want to say this to everybody who either attended or who was planning to attend. We had a conversation at one point about anxiety over attending and how some people had been sort of afraid to come. I had some of that anxiety simply because I have, like my last video stated, I've sort of been in the same place, stuck for about 8 or 9 months. Lots of excuses, no real reasons, let's be honest about that. But I was sort of anxious because I thought, you know, I'm almost 2 years out and I haven't done well enough. I should have done better. I'm not at my goal yet. You know, I have another 40 pounds or so that I'd like to lose. I'm so glad that I went. What an inspiration, so many people. And I mean, people that are at every stage of the journey. The speakers on Saturday, as the stage manager in the presentation room there, I got to listen to all of the talks. And, you know, just a whole lot of motivational speaking went on, not only on the podium, but off in the little side conversations, people talking about that. And it really did me good to go and meet people who were having the same struggles as me, who were sort of, you know, plateaued out in a big stall, who had been successful in reaching their goal, who were just starting out. So really and truly, for any meet and greet, like next year's big Weight Loss Surgery Foundation of America meet and greet, or any of the many meet and greets that you hear about, if you can get to them, go. I mean, really, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. And so, is everything going to be to the liking of everybody? Absolutely not. We're all different, and we all will glean from the different parts of a meeting or a convention like this what we need to or what we want to, but you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. So go and get engaged, talk, you know, and not just to that little small circle of friends that you know, but to every other people. Say hi. People are there to meet each other, and you know, again, I will stress, you are going to get out of it what you put into it. And this year was absolutely phenomenal. And it's easy, you know, to be critical sometimes if there were things that you didn't appreciate or that you didn't enjoy or that didn't, you know, whatever. But if you've ever been involved in planning an event like this, you will know how difficult it is. And you know, you're not going to get everything perfect for everybody. That's just the reality. I've been involved in a lot of different charity events here, and that's just the reality. So you do the best you can. But what I will say is that if you were there and you have feedback to provide, be it negative or positive, please send that to the organizers. I know that Antonia Take Two would love to hear from anybody that has any ideas and feedback on what worked for you and what didn't work. You know, any ideas on things that you'd like to see happening at the next meet and greet or convention like this. That's what's going to build this event. That's what's going to make it better, is getting the feedback of the people who were there. And you guys get involved. Like, if you want to participate and you want to volunteer, do it. I mean, there are never too many hands, and many hands make sort of the work light, right? So again, overall, I would give, you know, the convention and my personal experience a 15 out of 10 because it was amazing. I'm so happy I went, and I'm going to be out of time here right away, so I'm not going to mention names, but you all know who you were, the people I got to talk to, the people I got to spend time with. Thank you. You made it a very special trip. You're all wonderful. I love you like crazy. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're having a great weekend. Have a great long weekend, and make a great day. Bye now.